Okay, Shelly. I'm in Auntie ShaMay's room. You're supposed to be a sewing room. Remember that red dress? On that dressmaking form? Well, that dressmaking form is in Auntie Tisha's room, which is the business room, which really isn't a business room, but besides that point, you can see I've been busy bee. That's where Amari's, what is it called? Applesauce with plum and strawberry and raspberry and blackberry and apricot and just the whole 9 yards is. So basically what I'm doing is I'm rearranging. Because I got these beautiful buckets, remember? So I'm changing things around. This is going to be more food storage than anything else. Since I've been in this house, Shelly, I haven't been able to sew. And now that I'm blind, I don't know. I just don't know, Shelly. Oh yes, I wanted to show you this. This is what made me turn on the camera. Hold on. Back in the day, this is the way I did it. This is still nicely vacuum sealed. You can see that, right? What is it? White wheat. Well, it doesn't say what kind white wheat it is. Could be hard, could be soft. Isn't that interesting? Maybe I wrote it down on something else here. These all held their shape. Look at that. So you can do this, Shelly. Okay? This is another way to... Like, this worked out really well. When was this? What year? 2020. Look at that. I wanted to show you here. This is oats. That would be rolled oats, more than likely. Barley, 2020. And then in here, do you see that? It says corn. You can't get that no more. This is hard to find too. But that you can't find. So the last time it was on for the public was 2020, people. Okay. So anyway, I'm taking out my bins. A little here, a little there. Running my buckets along the wall. Organizing it so my son... Anyway. He can start cooking with some of this stuff, and I can start cooking with some of this stuff because, you know. What's this? Here's another thing you can do, Shelly. Frozen mixed vegetables. These dehydrate really well, these frozen vegetables. They're actually quite good, and they rehydrate really nice. I don't know what that one... Well, it says mixed. What's this? Just make sure you label everything. Mixed. I have a lot of mixed, but I have peas, I have corn, right? I don't do beans. I don't really like beans frozen because, you know, they tend to be chewy or whatever, but when they come in mixed, it is what it is, right? So, I don't know. I'd rather have my daughter, people. But for whatever reason, I have a room full of food. And I still call this room, after all these years, Auntie ShaMay's room. So, let me get on with it. You see, after I die, I'm serious, my kids, my remaining adult children, just don't know how lucky they really are, people. Look at this. This is some fine, fine honey. Got this from out here in BC. How many? What is this? How many keys? 1 key, 2.2 pounds. What case? Different kinds. Honey never goes bad, Shelly. See? This is how you do it. You tackle it a piece at a time. I'm just getting ready so when my son comes, he can just help me take it out of here and then grab those heavy 44 pounds of wheat or whatever. And I'm going to put them in here, right? And I'm going to move these, hopefully, into Auntie Tisha's room. But I already got a whole bunch. Okay, we got purples. What is this? Reds. I was a costume maker for strippers. Shelly. I made some really fancy dancies. This is mixed. Let's take a boo. What does a blind woman do with all this? Tell me. I don't know. It's full. I'm not sure. I want to sew everything. So there you go. Now you see? This is the north wall, right? Okay? Walls are always colder. Especially when you start heading towards north. Oh boy, I don't know. This is a chore. So this is where you don't get discouraged, okay? It's that little hen, you know? Having to do everything by herself. And then when she makes the cake, after it's all said and done and she's sitting at the table, that's when everybody comes running with their fork and knife thinking they can eat. I'm not sure if my son will get mad when he gets home from work. I'll be like, son, you have to help me move shit, because I'm just not strong enough to do everything by myself. You should have gave me warning. And I'll be like, as if I haven't been giving you warning. I've been telling you, right? Fuck. Anyway, once I organize it, lock it up, I'm happy. Right? And then I'll be greasing. And of course, I'll be generous. Okay. To some degree. To some degree. And then, I don't know, I have to get up into these fabrics, and either I'm going to start sewing up a storm and be a famous stripper costume maker, or maybe I might have to sell the shit. I don't know. Some of it anyway. Because I think those days are gone. That's what this house took away from me, people. Yeah. Spent too many hours, half my life, in this house, out in the yard. More than half my life out in this yard. So, anyway, I'll be back. So, you see, this is why it's important to get into these things once in a while, because you forget. I don't know what I did here, but I don't know. I don't think I did it very good. You can see it's just in a paper bag. What is in here, people? Oh no. They're individually bagged up, Shelly. This is Steel Cut's oats. Okay, it looks like. Right? Because it said oats. So this is a steel cut, which is better than a large rolled oat. Because the more you can keep it in its kernel state, the longer it will stay put. So, you see, vacuum sealing works, okay? These are still vacuum sealed, and this was in 2020. Okay, they're all nice. These are all nice. Okay, I'm just getting ready, making it ready for my son so he can just go boom, 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 and then it's done, right? That's 44 pounds of steel cut oats. And then this one I want to see is the corn, right? And I don't know what I've done. So what we've got, it looks like something else in there too. I don't know what that is. It's something. Oh, it says barley. Hold on. So you see, you can do it this way. You don't have to get the buckets, right? But, you know, if I would have mice problem, this would be a problem. Okay, but because I don't get mice, I've never had to worry. I don't know what this is. Can't see. Under the bat. Can't even read it. I don't have a flashlight. I'm curious. It's all nicely packed in here tight. All these bags are still sealed after 2 years. Okay, Shelly? What is this? I should have wrote on the bag what it was. Oh. I want to see this corn. Hold on. Okay, so this is the corn. I just pulled it out. Now, you know, at some point, I could take each and every one of these and pop them into their own buckets just to give them that little extra protection. But, you know, I got that hard white wheat coming in. I did buy Cantatelli beans, 50 pounds. I've got the Great Northern white beans coming in. I ordered another groat at 22 pounds so I can put the 22 pounds into a 6-gallon bucket, get my 44 pounds, not including what I've got already in those Mylar bags. Okay, I'm topping off. I'm only doing this to the end of February. So this is the corn because it came in a bag. Now you can see what I've done here. Now this is 2020, so it held up, Shelly. Sometimes the bags pop, but either or. Every box that I've opened so far, not one bag has popped. This is in a brown paper bag, like a lunch bag, brand new. And then just vacuum seal. And if you have to, put them in a box or put them in a bin, right? A bin's not going to keep out rats. I don't think mice can chew through a bin. Rats definitely can chew through a bin. And those house rats, those little black ones, can definitely chew through bucket lids. When you get into the outside rats, those long ones, you know, they like to be outside, right? And once in a while they get in the house and they don't really like it, right? Because they're a bigger rodent and they like to run around and stuff like that. It's not to say that you can't have a female come in and start breeding or something like that. But for the most part, they don't necessarily like living in houses compared to those house rats, right? So, you know, it just depends on where you're storing it and, you know, what the rodent problem is in the neighborhood. You know, how old the house is, right? That's a big one. If you have cats, you know, as a deterrent, right? So I'm just showing you what I've done here so you don't feel compelled that you have to go out and spend all this money on buckets. The only reason I'm doing it now, Shelly, is because I'm at the end of my game here, right? Like, well, you're never at the end of the game, okay? But you know, I'm at a point where, you know, I want to get into the fabric and decide what I'm going to do with it. And I mean, it would be nice if I could sew a few things here and there, and you know, and I don't know, like, I don't know. I just don't know. You know, I don't want to feel sorry for myself because I lost a lot of years, you know, in terms of sewing and that kind of stuff. But, you know, where I lost, I gained in other things. So, I mean, yes, eventually I have to leave this house, but that's not happening for a while yet anyway. And, you know, wherever I go, I got to make sure it's right for Amari, you know, unless, of course, I just can't look after him anymore because of this. And in a situation like that, then one of my kids are going to have to look after me and Amari. So, you know, we're still looking at a different kind of architect when it comes to housing, especially for Amari, right? Okay, so, and then, so I'm just making a path for my son just to come and do the real heavy shit. Like, I can pick up this 44 pound, because if this box comes in at 44 pounds, I know. Right? Or 50 pounds. Doesn't matter. That's not quite 44 pounds. That might be 40 pounds. So we're chipping away at it. My goal is to get those all out. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I'll take out what I can. My son will get mad at, oh, yeah. You know, and like, sometimes I just can't stand life. Like, seriously. I just can't fucking stand life. You know, that when I say, doesn't matter who it is, right? Like when it comes to my quote-unquote adult children. Like, what's in here? Reds. You know, I say, you know, I could have been a drunk. My mother was an alcoholic. My Uncle Harry was an alcoholic. My Uncle Nick was an alcoholic. My Auntie Jerry turned out to be a fucking heroin addict. And she was an accountant. So, lost her kids to social services, as she accused me of being the irresponsible one because I had, Brooks at that time in terms of my first child, right? I was the black sheep of the family. Look at this. This is beautiful. Look at this. This is the stuff I want to start sewing again. I do, people. You just don't know. Like, this is beautiful. This is so nice. Like, so nice. It makes me want to cry. So, what was I saying? Yeah, and I could have been one of those women that go from bus to bus to bus in terms from man to man to man, chasing men all the time, right? Got my legs spread. That's all I want is sex, sex, sex. I could have been a nympho fucking maniac, right? Or, I could have been a fucking drug addict for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? Or I could have been a self-centered woman that needed my fake nails with my, fancy perfumes and, fancy this and fancy, right? And just whatever, right? I could have been so many things and I wasn't. I so fucking wasn't. Do you know, I am 60 years old. I have never gone on a freaking holiday, people, since I had my first child. And I think my oldest is like, how old is he now? 38, 39 years old? 38? Brooks? He's 38. Like, what the hell? Do you honestly think they're going to throw out a whole bloody box full of freaking honey that's worth $300 plus? Yeah, okay. They'll be like, ooh, what was Mom thinking about? Well, I don't know. What do you think I was thinking about? Like, what the fuck? You come home, you're gonna razz me because I'm doing this to make it easier for you to come in here and help yourself? Because I'm already panicking. I can fucking hear it, man. What did you pick today? Well, I don't know. Maybe because I'd like to get on with fucking life? How about that? I'm tired of thinking about my fucking kids, man. Because half of this is thinking about them. What is this? Look at this. Isn't it pretty? It's so so fresh. You see what I do? I like to bag shit up. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, dazzlers love this shit, man. You don't know. Nice. Yeah. Fucking nice, man. I used to be like, I used to make good money when I was sewing back in the day, people. You don't even know. I made some sexy shit. Alright, we're making progress here. This is my goal. If I can just get them out. I'll get shit for it, though. That's the fucking thing. Like, I'm getting mad. I'm gonna go have a smoke. Because you'll be like, I don't want it, no. I'll be like, okay, well, you see those boxes over there? You see those fucking bins? Bring them in here. Boom, bam, bing. And then those, put them over there. And I'm out of here. Oh, God. I'm lifting. Makes my lungs work hard. Oh, God. Okay. Half the battle is done. Hold on. Okay, it looks like I already lost my glasses here. I went outside, like, fuck, man, you don't know. I'm still finding my fucking shit out there. I'll show you later. I'm bringing it upstairs. I have to wash it. Just like... Anyway, I can't feel sorry for myself. Okay, so, look at this. What is this? Chicken breast. 2021. These jars are nicely sealed. Like, really nice. And it looks like I got beef in here. I got ground beef. Look, do you see? Right, because it's cold, eh? Oh, that's beautiful. Okay? This is what you want to do, Shelly. Okay? If you go to thrift stores, sometimes you, or what is that called? Yard sales? Sometimes you find grandma's jars in boxes. They don't sell it like this anymore. But every now and then you get lucky. I prefer that. Look how nice that is. Whew. But I'm mad. Because it's not fair. It's not fair that just whatever. I can understand what my son is saying, but at the same time, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much, I don't know. Anyway, I'll be back. Like, seriously, if anyone thinks that I wanted to give up 10, 11, 12 years of my life while living in this house, obviously, working in the yard, right? We know that story. Okay? And give up sewing so I could work in the yard. We know that story. Invest all this money and time, people, a lot of time, a lot of energy into doing this. Just because, you know, it was just a waste of time for me, you know, in terms of, because they treat me like I wasted my time and that I have no value in my life, people. Like, seriously, like, you don't know. It's not just my kids either. Like, you know, like, I just want to cry now because, you know, it's like, you know, but I can't feel sorry for myself. You know, in terms of, just anything, really. Like, who cares if I gave up 10 years of my life? 12 years, 13 years of my life for a yard that bankrupted me, basically. Contributed towards making me blind. It did, people. It really did. 10, 12 hours a day. Anywhere from 4 to 7 days a week, depending on what was going on in the year. At one point, it was 10 months straight out there every fucking day. Yeah, 10 hours a day, and it still wasn't enough. Yeah, I don't know. And then, look what I'm doing. But I'm gonna get fucking flack for piling it up out there. Right? You know, it's not fair. As I'm finding my shit outside. And I'm having to wash it. Right? And one more. And then I got this stereo stand that used to be in the living room, but it got put outside too, right? And I brought it into the laundry room, so as soon as my son walked, I'll be like, I warned you. I told you I needed that. I told you not to fucking throw it out in the big garbage pile that you got out there. But it's all damp, right? And it's that Presto wood crap, right? So, you know, I have to get it in here. First, as soon as I get this out, I have to go and wash it. So it's been sitting out there since summertime. 6 months, right? And rain and just whatever. So I will wash it, and then it's got to dry. And then my son, I want it in here. It will fit perfect. It will fit perfect in here. And you see? North wall. This is all canning stuff in here. Do you see? Okay? All kinds of stuff. See? Right? We got chili. 2020. This is so good. Turkey. 2020. So good. Not to mention what's in there. All in the north wall. So I'll put this little wall unit in here. A little stereo stand or whatever the hell it is. But, you know, I'm somebody's bitch, so I just have to go fucking salvage it and wash it and just get needled for it and just whatever. Like, whatever. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell do parents, like, what is the purpose of a parent? Like, you know, sometimes I think my son gets mad at me because he can't fly the nest. Because he feels obligated to, you know, keep an eye on things. Right? Yeah. Mom's getting old. Gotta keep an eye on things. Yeah, okay. You know how it is in today's society, right? You know? Anyway, hold on. One more bin. So, Shelly, now, do you understand why I say I'm done? I'm good? Right? Like, seriously. I want to be greasing until the day I die. Yeah. I don't have to worry about fucking food right now. Whew, this is some good food. Like, I can really nice stuff. What's in here? It says chicken and pork. So I combine chicken and pork together. Look how nice. Right? Oh, I don't know. I'm getting tired of lifting this shit. Ugh, I don't know. I don't want to move these ones. Can't put weight on those jars. So, hold on. What's in this bag? If I would never have worked in the yard, people, I would have sewed this fabric. See, that's the thing. I would have fucking... would have been a totally different life. Oh. See, I don't have to worry for nothing. I can make anything I want. I'm gonna start with the marring though. It's dancer stuff. Right? Some of it is, some of it isn't. Like a Mod Podge of things. Oh boy. Now I'll be worrying about people getting into my bins and stealing my fabric. And you know what? That happened in this room when I moved everything from upstairs down. And those, my landlord's freaking work guys came by and were doing the kitchen, took out all the cupboards and all that shit. Yeah, one of them ran off with a whole bin of fabric. Whole bin. Don't ask me what was in it, because I don't know. I just know that when I came down here, there was a big gaping fucking hole with one bin missing, and that's not the way I left it. Alright? For whatever reason, people seem to think they can just rob. You know, it's useless. See, now I'm kind of stuck with this thing. Oh, I'm not strong enough to lift it up. So I have to maneuver. Of course, I'm coming into dust, right? The nose is running now. Still kind of strong for 60. Yay! Mission accomplished. Is it spider webs in here? Ooh, spider webs. You seen them? Still pretty clean in here, though, considering all things said. Elsie's getting old. She pooped a couple places in here, so I gotta close this door. That little thing, what is it called? Stereo stand? It's gonna fit in there perfect. So perfect. See, I gotta get up here and do a jar check. But that's for another day. So I'll just come in there with a quick rag, wipe out the spider webs, but it's looking pretty damn clean if you ask me, considering all the years it's been sitting there like that. Yeah, that's good. So, Shelly, you can simply get some brown lunch bags, vacuum sealer, the plastic, and you can vacuum seal if you want. You can do a little bit of everything. Try the jars, try the vacuum sealing, try the Mylar bags. You know, do what you can do when you can do it. Right? That's really my advice to you. I would think that by this time you're probably looking into your boxes because it got delivered and you said you were so excited, right? You know, 'cause and once you open up those bags, oh boy, you're gonna be hooked for life. Yeah. Yeah. Whether you'll survive or not, it's hard to say. None of us ever really survive. We all end up leaving at some point or another. You know, there comes a time though when it gets to be you know, like I said, I'm pretty much at my max now, right? There's still a few things I want. I still want those larger cans from Walmart of salmon, because I can get Amari to eat salmon with mayonnaise and yogurt. I have to sneak it in, right? Because ever since he got those drinks, people, and he had that seizure, he got the drinks first, then he had the seizure, people. Yeah, and then the medicine, like he just doesn't want it. He's just, oh, it's so hard to feed him. But yogurt he'll take, so I'm like, Tisha, go buy me a whole bunch of yogurt. I'm going to start giving him yogurt with every meal if that's what it takes, right? You know, and even then, he's like, right, because of whatever. But he's growing, and he's healthy, and he's active, and he's communicative, and he's playful, and he's naughty, and, you know, he's everything that he's supposed to be, right? So, right, but I was looking online, doing my last order with Organic Matters for a while now, because I want a 44-pound bucket, 6-gallon bucket of the oat groats, to which this is where these buckets are going. That's why I'm clearing out this shit, right? And I was going to order, now I have chocolate powder around the house somewhere, a fair amount, because I did that, last year or the year before, when I was doing spices and all that, right? But I was feeling lazy and just whatever, and chocolate might be going into short supply, as, you know, the world continues to do what the world does, and so I thought I'd top it off, but then, of course, you know, I'm thinking about Amari, and I'm reading, like, you know, can chocolate cause seizures? And with the caffeine, apparently it can, and I'm like, well, forget that. I'm not, you know, I got chocolate in the house, so, you know, it's not a food group that I really want to give to him all the time, right? Once in a blue moon, yeah, maybe. Okay, so instead I ended up buying cantatelli beans, and I got 50 pounds, yeah, because that's another one that helps with blood sugar. You eat the cantatelli bean, it's filling, it's nutritional, but it's absorbed by the body slowly so that you don't get the sugar spike. Right? And I'm like, well, that would be good because, you know, sugar spikes can cause seizures, right? So, you know, I'm like aware of this now, and like, I'm looking really forward to getting in here and going through this stuff, and, you know, working on Amari's side dish and on Amari's super drink and just the whole 9 yards, right? So, yeah, did I show you? I'll show you one more time. Look at that. Mission accomplished. So now I just have to get it ready for my son to boom, bam, bing. And as much as I can, I can't lift this one. This one's too heavy. I can't even lift this one, you see. This one, I can't lift it up over all that shit over there, right? That's impossible. My son will have to do that. So, and then once he does that, then I pull this stuff out. Now, I haven't put oxygen absorbers in these yet, and I haven't sealed them yet. But I'm just getting everything ready so that when I do add in the oxygen absorbers into these 6-gallon buckets, it will be from bucket to bucket to bucket, right? Where those two or three buckets have the nose, they don't have the Ziploc. Where the other buckets, I'm using the Ziploc. So put it in Ziplocs, put it in, and maybe somebody can help me with that when the time comes. Right? And then I still got more bins here, people. Look. 1, 2, and they're in, what is this? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have a whole bunch in Auntie Tisha's room. And I've got a whole bunch of freaking fabric upstairs. I don't want to feel so cheated. How did I get cheated out in so many things in life? You know? A slave to a yard. You know? Had my children lured to their death or murdered straight up in their homes. Ooh. It's because I'm moving shit around. More fabric. This is stuff that I can use for Amari if I want to make him something, like little chairs or stuff like that, it looks like. To which he's getting heavy for me to carry, and I do kind of want to make a little, like, I wouldn't call it a wagon, but something where I can kind of put him in and then just wheel them through the house that's, you know, kind of like workable. So that's why I keep this kind of stuff, right? And then we've got like fleece. This looks like fleece, or I can't really tell, but this looks like fleece, which would be great for, you know, clothes, right? See, this is Amari's fabric, right? Little outfits for him. This was supposed to be for Andre, but I was too busy in the yard. Some dancer shit over there. Just whatever, right? Show you this. It's so surreal in here. You don't know. It's so peaceful. It's such a peaceful room. Yeah. It's such a peaceful room. It's weird. It's got such a just a yeah. So yeah. As if I haven't worked hard on my whole life. You know? I never taught my kids, quote unquote, to hate black people. Or Chinese. Or white. Or brown. I never encouraged them to go out and rob and steal, to murder people, to try and kidnap other people's babies. None of that shit. Okay? I did fucking park events, for crying out loud. And little gigs outside of businesses. Trying to promote universal school meal program. I'm trying to do as much as I can here before my sun shows up, so I don't get fucking ragged on. Like, seriously. I so fucking hate life sometimes, man. You don't know. Right? You know what I mean? Do you know how many women would just walk away from this shit? Literally. Just fucking walk away. When I had my first son, Brooks, I came back from Alberta. I was pregnant. I was 22. She was in Victoria. Whatever. She told me to come. I came. I was with her for a little while. I came home and I found all my shit with my suitcase wide open in the freaking rain, for crying out loud. Okay? And then I went to my Auntie Jerry's, and she didn't want me either, because, you know, that's the one that became the heroin addict, right? Because, you know, she was the accountant, and had the white picket fence, and the perfect husband, and whatever. Nothing. And then I went to my Auntie Noreen's, and she didn't want me either, because she was so religious. Whatever. Anyway, when I ended up, my mom just said, that's it, you're on your own. Don't ask me for nothing. That's when I was pregnant with Brooks. And she never did anything for me, people. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Didn't watch the kids. Nothing. She was too busy drinking. Just whatever she was doing. She was a fisherwoman, a fisherman, you know, out in the boats, drinking her 99% moonshine. She wasn't doing that back in the day. She used to fly off to Jamaica to strip, and she was a dancer, only I didn't know she was a dancer. She kept it hidden from me, but after a while, as I aged, started, you know, working with the girls in the clubs with the costumes and stuff, I realized exactly what my mother was. It's probably why she drank so much. But she was a high-class dancer, though. Yeah, she used to come back with fur coats and $1,000 bottles of perfume, and, you know, she'd make good money, man. But she drank. Either or, she had 45 years on this planet. And she just basically told me I was on my own. And she wasn't kidding. Like, fuck. She never even watched Brooks or Sierra. She died when Sierra was 8 months old. After that, I just left Victoria. I said, fuck this shit, because my family was screwing me around. Because they were the ones that were racist people. Okay. Not once did she even look after the kids for 5 minutes. Never gave them anything, nothing. She wasn't fucking kidding when she said I was on my own. Because I guess I didn't marry a nice white guy. You know, be a respectable woman. Even though I was molested by white when I was a little toddler, just a young child. So that probably has something to do with it, seriously. I don't remember. I just remember my family talking about it and asking me questions. And I remember the aftermath of how it affected me. But the actual incident itself, or how many times I don't. I just know it happened. So that probably played a role in my decision to not marry white. Right? So, or get married at all for that matter. Right? So like my kids, they have no fucking clue. Like they have absolutely no fucking clue. Like I am doing this on my own, rushing around, trying to not get mad so I don't get fucking ragged on in my own fucking house. And yeah, Peggy, if you're still watching my videos, I know you say, oh, don't talk bad about your kids. Good kids. Yeah, I got good kids, don't get me wrong. Hardworking, you know, stay out of trouble. Like I said, they weren't raised to go off and murder people. They weren't raised to go off and rob from people. They weren't raised to act like fucking hoodlums and gangsters and all this other fucking shit. They weren't raised to be fucking racist, closet racist, whatever kind of racist. They weren't raised that way, okay? But at the end of the day, you know, the world itself is cynical. Seriously. You know? And when you're a giving mom and you give, and you know, that after a while they all start to take it for granted and they just don't realize what the fuck they have until poof, you're gone and nothing moves except you. And everything else stays behind. And then, what? What you gonna say then? Mom was a hoarder? She was excessive, but like, I want that whole box of honey. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We don't want the wheat. No. We like to go to the grocery store and buy stale bread at $8 a loaf. Mm-hmm. Because we're too lazy to make our own wheat. I mean, like bread, grind up the wheat to make the bread. We're too lazy to do that. So, we don't want the wheat, but we definitely want the honey. And when the meat starts fucking getting so expensive, or it really starts to disappear, that's when they're going to want it. More than anything. But I won't be around. No. No. Do you see how depressed I get doing this shit? For all my good intentions? Yeah. Because I don't get no love for it. So, Shelley, just, you know, if it happens to you the way it happened to me, in terms of your kids, after a while, start to see it as you're more than a nuisance than anything else, well, I don't know what to say. Just hang in there. Don't give up. Right? Because if I had to choose between being what my mother did to me or what I've been doing and still do for my kids, I'd still be doing what I'm doing for my kids. And that's why I'm doing this shit by myself before my son gets home. So hold on a minute. See, this is where my son comes in handy because he's big and strong. He can just pick this thing up and do plop. But not me. I don't know how I'm going to get this in there. I moved the bins out, though. And a strong little motherfucker. Yeah. That's my goal. Oh, there's still a spider web in there. Oh no, that's drywall. See, got the bins out. Some of them anyway. Right? I just gotta get this up over this. So probably move that, right? Hold on. I'm making progress. I'm in the doorway now. Yeah, I don't know how much camera battery I have left on this, but you know what the problem is? With a lot of people, I'm not even gonna say my kids. They just don't have, one, sorting out skills. That's a big one. they don't have the patience to do this crap. See, somebody's in here fucking around with my shit, man. Oh, I see an empty jar. You know what? I have that extra lid. I don't know. See, I think somebody comes in here and touches shit. I'm walking it off. Okay. I have maybe 7 feet to go. Right. I don't want these jars to fall though. Boy, oh boy. Got myself in a freaking pickle here. Oh. See, it's better if I do this. I don't need somebody grunting and getting mad. Because they're impatient with Mom. Yeah, well, Mom doesn't have that many fucking days left. For all your impatient shit. Seriously, man. You don't know. Okay, now I'm stuck here. And I can't even turn off the camera. I don't know how I'm going to do this one. Got myself in a spot. Can't even get out. Oh boy. Okay. This is where you gotta have patience. When there's a will to get a wall unit in the corner, there is a way. There, look at that. Are you proud of me? I only got, what, 4 feet to go? That's not too bad. Then, I get accused of being a bum because I don't quote-unquote work. Yeah, okay. I'd like to see you walk in my shoes, man. Seriously, and do it for fucking 45 years. With, well, 60 years. I've been alive for 60. Okay. So you see, again, this is where my son would come in handy because he could just pick that up and just pick it up and put it in. But I can't do that. I have to move things around. And that's what I'm doing right now. From spot to spot. Now you see, Shelly, back in the day when I first started out, if I wasn't buying in bags, vacuum sealing, in paper bags, like I just showed you, I bought some of these, to which I got a whole bunch of these things. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of these things kicking around. Hard red wheat, probably soft white wheat. I don't know what this one is. This says rolled oats. I don't necessarily like these buckets, but when you buy them like this, apparently they can sit like that for 25 years. Okay? But it's, you know, they're not vacuum sealed in anything, and the buckets aren't that great, but and they're expensive for what it's worth. I think you're buying more of the brand name Whereas if you go in bulk, you can vacuum seal, jar up, depending on what it is, or you can get yourself some really good buckets, 6-gallon with the gamma lid, right? You might be better off to do that. Just saying. So, you see, this is how you get this kind of shit in here, right? You just have to move things around. Oh, I don't know. I might be able to jimmy that in. I'm so proud of myself. I'm an amazing woman. Oh, yeah. See, though, there's a lot of truth to that. And that's why some people just don't like me. They want to put their thumb down and suppress me and oppress me and beat me down. They don't like pretty successful women unless they can control them and basically pimp them out. You can't pimp me out. Ah, for as blind as I am, I think I eyeballed this pretty damn good. Yeah. Whoa. I am so happy. It's perfect. Look at that. Now go wash. Go wash the, what is that called? The shelving. And I need one of those things. Oh, the way you check your jars, Shelly. I mean, I have a video on it, right? But you take your hand. You're not going to be dusty after all this time, right? You might get a few spider webs, whatever. If a jar popped, you're going to feel it. Yeah, okay? If it popped and resealed, you're going to see it. Okay? But you still have to cook your food. Look at this. What is this? I canned salmon when Uncle John was here. I had somebody come into my house. Honestly, I think it was Austin and Sierra. And they walked off with 7 cases. Yeah, I was so choked. Technically, you're not supposed to stack your jars, but these are half pints. Look at this. This is so good. And these are nice and cold. You don't even know, man. Oh, so nice. So nice. These are all still sealed. Shelly, use the north wall. Leave your window open a little bit. Okay, what you're doing is you're creating yourself a, what is that called? The windows, this is a screen to keep the rats out. Uh-oh, I see something here. What happened? Could be a cat, could be a mouse. So I need to repair that. That's suspicious, don't you think? Yes, it is. So I'm going to have to run gray tape. I don't know, I'll get some wood or something. But then it will go up higher. But you want to, could be the cat scratching to get out. But more like a mouse or something. That's how they get in your house. So, now that I see that, I'm just going to close this window a little bit more. You keep your window, use it as a means to, for a cold room. Right? When it's summertime, you open it more. When it's wintertime, you can close it a bit. Right? I'm going to have to do something there. I have actually metal screen upstairs I bought, remember? Because you want a metal that it's harder for them to chew through. That's messed up. Where's my hand? I'm just going to close this window for now. There. Chanel. Still got 2 more. And then what's going to happen is I can probably stack 2 buckets upon these 6 gallons. Right? And whatever. you know, you can see what's going on here, right? Okay? See? Now, if you're going to do something like this, now mind you, they're in paper bag and plastic and cardboard, but before you put it on the ground, now there is a subfloor here, so it's not like it's on cement. Just something else I'm pointing out here to you, okay? You could take a wood, so I'd probably look for some wood, because for something like this, you know, and being that there's that little hole there, I really should go through these boxes with somebody's eagle eyes and look to see if anything's compromised in terms of, there could be a mouse in one of these boxes for all I know, considering that hole, right? So before it gets too far into its game with breeding and multiplying, and so, you know, you might want to go, like, if you do it this way, okay? Because I'm not going to change these anytime soon. I did another bucket run. I did a bucket run. These things can get expensive, but like as you can see, I'm at the end of my game here. So I'm just like, you know, fine tuning and, you know, just right and just, yeah. So just, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, I'm going to go have a smoke, and I got to get ready for my son so that I can hit him up when he gets home and make it easy for him, because if it's easy for him, then he has no problem with it if it goes fast. If it's that dickery shit like I just did, he doesn't like that, especially when because he gets up and he goes to work early too, people, right? Like, he's out of the house sometimes 5, 6 o'clock, well, 5:30 in the morning, going off to the job site, right? And he works like all over, so, you know, and he climbs these trees and does whatever he does, right? So, you know, and he's freezing cold, like it's snowing out there, and he's climbing trees, like, okay. What happened to my little professor? I thought you were going to grow up and be a professor. And, you know, he told me when he was, I don't know, 3 years old or something, he was going to go get himself a Jamaican woman with big boobs. I said, okay. He never did get a Jamaican woman with big boobs, though. He got a little white woman, kind of like short and tiny like me. So that doesn't make no sense. But she's a little viper, though, right? If you piss her off, right? It's like so anyway, I'm gonna end this video and just get ready for my son. You can see Auntie ShaMay's room, right? Nobody's going hungry in this room, I can tell you that right now. Okay? Nope. Okay, Shelly, I don't know how much time's left on this battery, but anyway, when you're getting into jars, it gets heavy. I'm telling you right now. Okay, now this is the powder milk that I bought a long time ago. Alright, I got lots of it, and it's nice and cold, so because it's in jars, chances are it's going to still be in good shape. I ordered another 44 pounds, one bag of 22 pounds of whole milk, and the other one skim milk, right? Because, you know, but before I use that one, I'm going to use these ones. So, when you start packing on jars like this, because I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it up here, because there's, you know, whatever, it is what it is, okay? Those are not sealed. It's very hard to vacuum seal, sorry, wandering eye. Powders, either or, it doesn't matter, they haven't been opened, so more than likely, it will be fine. But when you start stacking, it gets heavy, so this is the way I deal with this problem, people. Shelly, I'm gonna have to get some I have to get the skill saw, right? And I get some 2x4s. I'll run a 2x4 in the back, screwed in, 2x4, 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 and then the 2x4 on the 4 corners holds this up so it doesn't snap out. Okay, especially when you're getting into older units that are compromised. The bottom here is rotting out. I can see it already falling. So you just put a board underneath it, okay? And depending on your, you know, what your if you have floorboards or if you're on cement or whatever, you can put things on wood, right? To keep it up off the ground, because obviously it's cold, right? So you don't want it getting too cold, eh? Just saying, right? So yeah, you have to reinforce. Like I made my own shelving in here. You can see I actually did that back in the day. I'm pretty sure I have a video on that. So before I can stack too heavy, right? Because this is where you want stuff like this. Because this is the coldest, right? And then you cover it. And that keeps it nice, right? Okay, so now I'm taping up my bins. Yeah. Tired of people stealing from me, people. That shit thrown around. Fuck, man. When I'm dead, I'm telling you, I don't care. I don't want to be reincarnated anymore. I've been here before, and I don't like it. People are too fucked up. All the way around. I shouldn't have to do this, but I have to. Yeah. Why do you think I had it in Auntie ShaMay's room, these bins with all that wheat packed heavy on it? Keep people out. I don't care who that person is. You can't even have workers come to your house and witness that fucking shit going missing. Right. Anyway, I'm working. See what I'm doing? Right. By the time my son gets home, I'll have this done in a half an hour. And he'll come down here and he won't even know I was down here, and he'll be like, what's that? That looks different. Yeah, sure it does. Too easy for me to get mad. Yeah. Like I said, could have been like my mom. Turned my back on my kids a long fucking time ago. Probably would have gotten more respect if I did. Yeah. I think I'm going to take this little one up. Maybe it will motivate me. Oh, that you don't know how old that fabric is. You're going back to 1995, even before ShaMay was born, man. Serious. Some of this fabric, you can't even find it anymore. They just don't make it. Right. I don't know what's in here. It's not very much. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video. I'm like exhausted, people. I lifted so much weight today, you can't even imagine. And I'm mad because, I don't know, I just feel like somebody's down there poking around. I don't know if shit's going missing or what. And mind you, I haven't been down there for a long time, but still, like, it's like I gotta go into my videos and whatever. I don't get no help with this, people. I don't. My kids, my adult children, my adult kids, whatever you want to call them, you know, they just think, I don't know what they're thinking. I just don't know. But do you honestly think they'd throw out that honey when I'm dead and gone? As they're like, what was mom? Yeah, you'd be happy you had a freaking mom, for crying out loud. You know? They don't even know what it feels like to not even have a mom. They have no clue. I think that's what disturbs me the most. You know? I could have abandoned them a long time ago, people. For as much as I get pleasure from having children, no pleasure. Oh, only when they're little. Do you enjoy them? Once they hit a certain age, oh my God. No, you're arguing with them. And then they get bigger and they just throw your shit out, right? I'm pulling shit in the house as if I got fucking room. I have to wash shit because there's still shit in the garage. I'm still finding shit. I found my, oh, wait till I show you. My electric round frying pan. It was outside. It was on top of my big pot that was causing all this trouble. I don't even take that fucking pot downstairs and put it in that cupboard. To hell with them. Like, it's just ignorant shit. I can't stand it. Anyway. I just overworked. That's all. When I'm lifting like that, it's really not good for my eyes because I'm straining. Because that's some heavy shit I lifted today. And I basically did it all day for the most part. Well, not all day, but quite a while. Quite a while. As I removed all those bins. And then I taped them up. Yeah, I taped them up, people. Alright, I've had so much shit robbed from that basement since I've been in this house. It's pathetic. You don't even know. Not to mention my shit being thrown out. Alright? Whatever. Can't stand it. But once it's all figured out and put away the way I want it, I'll feel better. And I'm just going to lock up that room. Of course, I'll give my son a key because it's where the power box is. But besides that point, that shit's being locked up. You know. And the door's supposed to be closed because it's supposed to be cold. But, Shelly, I think a little mouse got in the house. Yeah. So, I'll be looking for a mouse. I haven't seen any mouse droppings yet. I haven't heard of any mice. I didn't see any mice. That's not to say there isn't a mouse in there. If there's a mouse in there, I'll figure it out. And I might even put a little bit of rat poison in there. Or those little sticky things or something. Right? Or a mouse trap. Maybe a mouse trap would be better. Just on the safe side. And then, back in the day, when I wanted to make, when I was doing, when I was buying stuff for, oh, I'm so tired. When I was buying stuff for sprouting, I seen somebody sprout on screen. They said they were doing screen, like metal screen, right? So I ended up buying some. So I will have to figure out a way to, because right now I got it like this, but those little mice, you know, they can squeeze in very small little places. That might even be too much. That window needs to be open like that. It's locked. You can't go past a certain point because then you make the room cold, right? And Andre's been blaring the freaking heat, man. He keeps telling me he's not turning up the heat, and I'm like, stop your freaking lying, man. It doesn't turn itself up. It's not the cats, that's for sure. He just been blaring the heat. He's at that age where he just, if he wants something, he does it. Or he go gets it. I took his Nintendo away from him last week, right? Because, you know, in the last couple of days, he's been kind of like, you know, he tried to get it yesterday, and he was supposed to get it today. And I warned him, I said, Andre, I'm wondering if I gave myself a concussion. Because I whacked my eye the other day on the corner of the TV, and it's still sore. And I've been dizzy for the last 4 days. So, I don't know. Anyway, I warned him, I said, Andre, don't badger me about this Nintendo, because if you badger me, I'll forget where it is. I'm warning you now. Nana's not feeling very well. You know, I got a lot of brain fog. I'm dizzy, right? I'm working hard. Just leave me alone, right? You know, you'll get it on Tuesday. And so anyway, I moved it because I didn't want him to find it. And do you think I can remember where I put it, people? I don't know. Honest to God, across my heart, oh, I don't remember where I put it. All I know is I warned him. I said, don't bug me, and he kept bugging me. Yeah, I moved it, and I forgot where I put it. Not that I care, because I hate that thing. I hate it with a passion. I so hate it. It's dumbing him down so much, man. That's all he wants to do is play stupid Nintendo. And it affects his personality, and I can't stand it. And he turns into a little green-eyed monster with it when he doesn't get his way. Oh boy. Anyway, now I lost it. So I just told him, back off. Because the more you badger hoping to find it, you won't find it. I sure in hell won't find it. Just leave it alone, and I'll remember, or I'll come across it. It's not too far, right? But I don't know. So anyway, there you go, Shelley. Auntie ShaMay's room was supposed to be a sewing room, but it doesn't look like a sewing room, right? It's going to be more like a pantry. Like, it is a pantry. It's just I have to organize it better. And then once it's more organized, I think I got my hard white wheat today, and my Great Northern beans. That's 110 pounds. It's heavy, man. 110 pounds, 55 pounds a box of the hard white wheat, to which, after everything's all said and done and basically the way I want it, I will probably do it again, but that will be the last time I do it, and that ain't happening for a month and a half or 2 months or whatever, right? In terms of the hard white wheat, because that's a good wheat to have, right? And then I got the Great Northern beans at 55 pounds, I think. Yeah, something like that. 50 pounds. So I'm going to fill up one of those buckets with the gamma lids, with the orange gamma lid that's next to the chickpeas. And then my son can take them down in a day or so. Because that's why I'm in that room, right? So I can get these buckets organized. You know, I'm taking out things that don't belong in a pantry, like fabric. I got a few other things in there that don't belong in there in terms of they're not a food product. So if they're not a food product, they can go into the other room. And then after everything's organized and I deal with my eyes, then I'll figure out what the hell I'm going to do with all this fabric, because I have no freaking clue. I feel so cheated in life, people, you don't know. I lose Uncle John, I lose my daughter, I lose another daughter, you know, my grandson gets injured, right? You know what I'm saying, right? My shit's being thrown outside, and, you know, I gave up my life for a yard that never benefited me in the long run, other than didn't benefit me in the long run, right? Wore me out and held me back and kept me broke and was just a fucking heat score, right? You know, just whatever. Life is cruel, so cruel. You don't know how cruel. Well, you do know, because you've had rough times yourself, I'm sure, right? Everybody has rough times. But I really don't want to come back when I'm gone, people. It's just too rough. I can't stand it. I don't like mean people. I don't like evil people. I don't like selfish people. I don't like thieves and liars. I sure enough don't like freaking body snatchers and murderers and none of that crap. You know, I just can't stand it. I hate fucking gluttons, you know, greedy people that just exploit and use other people and just, you know, I just can't stand it. I just can't stand it. So, I don't know. Anyway, I don't mean to be a party pooper. Right? I'm just sad. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's going on here. Right? You know, I'd rather have my daughter and be out of this fucking house already. You know, having her help me raise Amari, singing to him and stuff. You know, You know, Sierra, I'd like to have Sierra back too, right? Healthy and productive. And I sure miss Uncle John. You don't know. I miss him. I've really been missing him lately. Like a lot. Like a lot. You don't know. I asked him the other day, I said, John, when I die, you're going to be there, right? You're going to be standing there at the pearly gates waiting for me, right? You know, hold your hand out and say, come on, Jay. Yeah. That's seriously, people. Yeah. But that ain't happening for a while, because if that was the case, I would have had a heart attack today moving all that shit. Okay, because that was some heavy fucking shit. Right? And I got more shit. And I still got a couple more things coming in. Right? Because I got the extra goats, goats, or whatever the hell you call those things. And I got the cantatelli beans, right? Because, you know, I've got amari on my brain, right? But once it's all done, oh boy, I think it's going to be fun making bean burgers, chickpea burgers, that kind of stuff, right? I'm so looking forward to eating my canned ham and my canned hamburger. Because I don't really get a chance to cook that much, right? Because I'm too busy and everything's congested. I got to take these jars downstairs yet. I got to get that room organized. There's some things I have to take out, though. I have to make more space. I'm going to stuff it into the business room. I'm just stuffing it in there. And then my son's like, well, you know, Mom, I really want to start the sprouting, and, you know, I want to learn, and, you know, and where can I do it? And I'm like, well, you know, Marquine, this house isn't the greatest, like it never has been. So I don't know, like, you know, he's never satisfied, man. And then he gets mad at me, right? Because, you know, Mom can't give him what he wants, right? Because he kind of resents me having those 2 rooms. You don't fucking like it. Fuck out, right? Like, what the fuck? You got a fucking laundry room. You got a fucking bathroom to yourself. You know, you took over the whole kitchen, right? You know, right? I have to knock before I can even go into my own house, right? You know, like, what the fuck, right? You know, you throw my shit out and, like, shut up. But whatever. He does school with Andre all the time, and he cooks for Andre all the time, and if I want, I can have, and, you know, but it'll all work itself out. I just don't feel sorry for yourself, you know. Even when you want to, just don't. I don't know why I'm feeling sorry for myself. I have nothing to feel sorry for outside of, I don't know, life is life. You can't stop life. And you sure now can't stop death. Right? Anyway. Hey.